Hello guys, it's Excel and welcome back to another block story related video. With 13.0 now out for most people, I thought it'd be a fun idea to think about possibilities for more future changes and content that could come out in the near future. Now I just want to be clear, there's no confirmation that there is another update coming out. This is just a fun idea that if there's going to be changes or content, this is what I would like to see coming out in the near future. These ideas are meant to be realistic ideas that could possibly come out, not some far-fetched ones that clearly have no chance of being implemented. I'm also not going to include multiplayer because the devs have constantly dismissed this hundreds of times, and at this point I'm sure most of you are clearly aware that it's not coming. Since this is a list of so many ideas, I don't plan on going in too much detail with them. I just plan on maybe doing a sentence or two before moving on to the next idea. I couldn't have made this list alone. I'd like to give a shout out to Accoz, DS30, Gaven, Alexander, Chaos Turtle, Seyira, and CheetahFox in the official Block Story Discord for helping me get all 50 of these ideas. I'll provide links to their channels in the description if they want it to be there, and I'll also provide a link to our official Discord, so feel free to join us and help us grow the community. Alright, let's get this list started. So first things first, I think the first thing we need is all weapons and items need to be available in creative mode. For some reason only a few weapons and items are available in creative mode and not all of them. I think more people should be able to experiment them before actually crafting them in story mode. Speaking of creative mode, how about we make sand not fall in creative? A lot of people are using creative mode to obviously build things and not watch their things collapse because they decided to build it out of sand before this update came out. Speaking of physics, how about we have the ability to ram enemies with our car and have them take damage? The same thing could also be applied to boats. I think this would be kinda cool. And how about a fish pet? You decide what type of fish that could possibly be. How about a new dragon model? We've wanted this for a while, not just another color dragon that has the same attacks. How about an actual new dragon model that has different attacks? That'd be amazing. If there is going to be future updates, we could use a new questline, maybe with a new human NPC as well, because we've already finished the duties with all the other NPCs. And how about a new elemental changing boss? My idea for this would be to have a boss that changes color, and depending on the color, that's what type of attacks you'd be hitting it with. So if it changes to yellow, you have to hit it with electricity. If it changes to red, you'd have to hit it with fire. And if it changes to green, you'd have to hit it with poison. Now how about something like a Dreamworld? This could be Block Story's second dimension. For this idea, what we could do is we could eat something, fall asleep, and wake up into another world. This world can be similar to like the original 8.0 world, or something completely else. Steam Workshop support. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? How about more to the Underworld? We have more layers up in the air now, which is now the space biome, but wouldn't it be cool to have the Underworld now expanded upon? This would also include the return of Moria. I know this means a lot to a lot of people, but it would be nice to see this back. Now how about something like electricity? This could be like our version of Redstone, where we have light switches, lights, and many more options. Speaking of adding new things, more shields, more weapons, more items, more ores, basically more of everything that would help the variety of this game. Now how about a spaceship model? We have a model of the car and the boat. It'd be cool to have a spaceship that actually flies up into space that you can get out of and get in. The destroyer should be able to give you your blocks back. I think this will make the destroyer a whole lot more useful. Now how about the option to reset only one skill instead of all of them? Resetting all skills is very tedious and it costs a whole ton of diamonds. This would be so much better if we can only reset one of them for a cheaper cost. Leaf decay would be really nice. It's really annoying having a bunch of chopped down trees with floating leaves all over the place. That would really clean up the terrain. Speaking of cleaning up the terrain, how about the ability for dirt blocks to grow back into grass blocks, just like in Minecraft? Speaking of making things better, how about better AI for all creatures? And that includes better hitboxes for some creatures like the Megalodon, where it's really not that great. For the Megalodon, you have to be touching him with your body and taking hits in order to hit him if you're using swords. Maddie remodel, because it would be nice seeing Maddie more of like a human form instead of just a ghost with pepperoni eyes. 13.0 for iOS, loots and chests, and barrels for decoration. How about the ability to catch a big fish like a megalodon and have it drag us across the ocean? That'd be pretty funny. How about some new skills, like resisting fall damage, so you take less damage when you fall, tool durability, which allows tools to last longer, increased loot drops, which means when you kill a creature it has a higher chance of dropping that rare item, or blocking more attacks, which will increase the chances of you blocking the next incoming attack from the enemy. More potions, because we only really have 2 of them. You guys can decide what that potion will be. How about new types of quests? Not just go over there and kill this thing or go over there and fetch this thing. Instead, something new like defend this structure from oncoming phoenixes that'll blow it up. If you have any more ideas, let me know down below. A placeable cannon, like a mortar? How about the ability to disguise yourself, like putting on a ghillie suit so that you can walk past creatures without them killing you, but if you do attack them, they will go after you. Breeding on a lot of the creatures, voice acting for all the NPCs, dungeons and caves. Our caves are pretty empty right now and only have a few ores in them. It would be nice to have a bit more variety and something else to do inside of these caves rather than it just being something that stands in our way from getting into the Underworld. Commands for pets. Instead of just spawning a pet and having it uncontrollably going after the enemies, why not force it to follow you or attack a certain enemy or just stay? A new fish boss would be nice, like a sea serpent or a leviathan. More boss themed music, because we only really have one and it gets repetitive after a while. In-game events, like meteorites landing in the mainland with special ores, that'd be really cool. A media player to play your own music. More fruit. Fences and stairs should have their lighting fixed. How about a share your worlds feature that allows for you to upload or download other players' worlds? For the last 2 things we suggest, I'd recommend reworking the diamond drops back to their original state, because they hardly ever drop anymore, and rework XP. For late game players who have just passed the level 100s, it's nearly impossible for them to level up at this point without spending tens of hundreds of hours in the game. I would suggest lowering the amount of XP it takes to level up, or what I recommend doing is increasing the amount of XP that will drop from enemies. And there you have it, 50 different ideas of content and changes that I would love to see come out in Block Story in the near future. What did you guys think of this list? Do you have any other suggestions? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.